Interesting question that you were evaluating risk there on, like, the 1% chance that it's absolutely ruinous is not worth taking the overall risk. Seems like we're evaluating a lot of risk these days, end of 2021, beginning of 2022 in that way. And you and I were talking about before, we jumped on, is like right now Omicron, which I think is a good news for society because like the infection rate is off the charts, but the devastation rate to the body is apparently like significantly lower than Delta, which is awesome. But you're in Texas, I'm in California. People are choosing to deal with this in different ways. Some states are locking down. Some places are saying no. Some people want to wear 8 layers of protective masks and never see anybody in person again. Some people are like, fuck it, I'll make out with you right now, Darius. I don't really care. So
speaking of demonetization.
Yeah, speaking of being banned, I'm most interested, the politics stuff, whatever, the who created the vaccine, whatever. I don't like the vaccine mandates. I'm thinking more of like, is this really just showing how two different groups of Americans evaluate risk? Because I think maybe, I don't know if it's what comes first, the chicken or the egg. I think maybe conservatives or libertarians or red states, maybe they just evaluate risk different than liberals or progressives or blue states. And that's really what this all boils down to. That's a thought. So I don't know. I'm just interested. Yeah. I'm interested on your take on the whole thing.
I don't think it's that. I think that I don't think it's a left versus right risk. I think there's a lot of rhetoric around why each group acts this way. So I think that they're just following their own little echo chamber culture war bullshit, and this is just another thing for people to disagree on. Mm-hmm. And you've had, and I do think the politics on it are, red states are saying, this is an infringement on our freedoms, right? And I should have a freedom to choose this part of what goes in my body, but there's other shit that you can't tell me what I get to choose on my body, because that's if we want to talk about abortion and shit like that, right? I mean, it's a fucking, like, that type of shit like blows my mind. I'm like, this is the fucking most hypocritical shit I've ever seen. Where in one capacity, people want to politicize, control over their body, but another aspect, they want to control other people's bodies. So, I'm like you. I'm pretty. Well, it's funny. I sent you that thing from what was it, Gallup or Pew Data?
Yeah, Pew Data, good stuff,
dude. I'm. What were you on that, by the way?
The one that you guessed correctly. I can't remember. Like a sideline something or other.
You were left of me.
Yeah,
you were, which is hilarious, right?
Which is super hilarious, because everybody I know in LA who hates me because they think I'm like Trump fucking 2028. I actually score more liberal, quote unquote, than them, but it's classical liberal. It's not like progressive, you got to believe in the newest chicks and dicks and all the other stuff, or else you're a racist, homophobic, whatever. Like, I don't know if I'm that far, but it's like, I'm actually more liberal than a lot of people who would claim that they're Democrats, which is funny. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, because it's, well, look, the reality is the Democrats aren't what the Democrats were, and the Republicans aren't what the Republicans were. So right. Like both of them are fucking been hijacked, and so you can't be both, right? And which is fucking bullshit. It leaves guys like you and me like way out. I want to find what I sent you. I'm fucking right wing, right? Which, when you start hearing my politics, are like, I mean, dude, I'm as confused as can be on the political spectrum, because there's a lot of stuff where I'm super liberal. Anything social, I'm pretty liberal on it.